Hey, what's up and how's it going, all MRBers? I'm Mike McRock for the McRock and Bolt Wrestling Review Show, and right now I'm going to give you my predictions for this Sunday's WWE special event, Money in the Bank. When I look at the match card for this Sunday's WWE special event called Money in the Bank, it almost feels like a hit and miss type of match card. I see a couple of good, potentially show-stealing matches, but the other two matches, I'm not quite so sure of it just yet. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that there's only 4 announced matches on the card. If you wanted to get the people excited for a pay-per-view event or a special event or whatever you want to call it, at least have 6 or 7 matches to showcase that we're going all out instead of going halfway. Now, with that being said, I think a lot of it had to do with the WWE not knowing what to do with Daniel Bryan, to either have the title kept on him or to have him stripped. But at least they had a backup plan, so we'll give WWE props for that. Speaking of Daniel Bryan, he's actually going to be on the kickoff show for Money in the Bank. And it's going to be a sit-down talking segment with him doing an interview with I don't even know who. I think Josh Matthews is fired, so I can rule him out. Maybe Michael Cole. So that's basically what's going to happen. The WWE and Daniel Bryan is going to give us his status with a talking segment on the pre-show. 2 things wrong with that, in my opinion. I think if Daniel Bryan was to return at the WWE, it should be something special, something outstanding, instead of being thrown in on a pre-show. To me, that just devalues Daniel Bryan's character and development in the WWE. At one point, the WWE treated Daniel Bryan really well, leading up to from SummerSlam till WrestleMania, winning the championship. But then, ever since then, he's just been a forgettable champion, and they kind of didn't know what to do with him. And now they're going to have him being on the pre-show. To me, that kind of doesn't sit well with me because, for one thing, yes, Daniel Bryan's return should be something special. It should be a surprise. A return should be at a pay-per-view event like SummerSlam or Survivor Series or wherever how long they're going to have Daniel Bryan not compete in the WWE for a while. That's just my opinion. And with that being said, to me, when I look at a pay-per-view or special event, whatever you want to call it, a pre-show should have a match. If you want to get the fans excited for a show, the kickoff should be a match instead of a talking show. It just makes no sense at all. We've seen this from the WWE in recent pay-per-view events where they have kickoff matches, like the one they had with El Torito and Hornswoggle, which was actually one of the best matches at Extreme Rules, and that wasn't even on the card. Something like that. Give us something. Give us Adam Rose on the pre-show, for God's sakes. A Daniel Bryan update will at least only give you 10 or 20 seconds. You can actually fit on the Money in the Bank show instead of on the pre-show. That's just my opinion and my take on it. Now, when it comes to the actual card, like I said, there's only 4 announced matches, so they'll probably end up having more matches that there are announced. I think they're going to throw in Rusev versus Big E, where Rusev goes over. I think they're going to put in Ryback versus Goldust and Stardust, where Stardust is going to basically steal the thunder from Goldust and probably win over Ryback again. And they'll probably have another Bo Dallas match where he beats someone and he sarcastically cuts a promo and tells his opponent, "Don't stop believing, you'll do better." So those matches, I think, will probably end up being on the card. Now, with the card itself, the first match I'm going to talk about is the WWE Tag Team Championship match, and it's going to be the Usos defending the championships against the Wyatt family. Now, I actually expect this to be a good match, no doubt about it. And I will actually be okay with the Wyatt family winning. However, I feel that the Usos should lose the championships at a much bigger stage, maybe at SummerSlam, and also in the same time, if you want to give the Wyatt family some meaning in this match, have them look dominant throughout this entire match without having them win the championships and make them an opposing threat to drag it out even further to SummerSlam. So with all that being said, and taking into account of what happened on Raw, of the Wyatt family getting the last laugh and having momentum, usually they're the ones that end up losing. And also with those things being said, I see the Usos retaining, but like I said, I actually won't mind if the Wyatt family does win. I think they're ready, and I think that the Usos will get a rematch. But to me, when I see the tag team division overall, there's not enough tag teams, so I think the logical thing to do is to drag it out further and have the Usos retain. But like I said, I won't mind. I'm 50-50 with this match. On one hand, I'd like to see the Usos retain and build it up more to SummerSlam. However, I would still like to see the Wyatt family win this match. Moving on to the Divas Championship match, Paige versus Naomi. I feel like this is another WWE pointless filler match before they have the main event. That's just the way I see it, and I think WWE is not going to care about this match. I hope this match actually does give time at least 10 minutes to showcase what Paige can do in the ring and what Naomi can do in the ring. But I feel like the WWE is not going to do that, and then they're just going to throw this match out the door before it even begins. And with that being said, who wins this match? I think everyone can agree that Cameron will be the deciding factor, because on one hand, you can say that Cameron will either turn on Naomi, which causes a split with the Funkadactyls, or cost Paige the match, and Naomi wins, and they build a rivalry between Naomi and Cameron for the Divas Championship. That I won't mind, because to me, I don't think Paige is ready to be the Divas Champion. I think she needs to develop more character to her character, because the way WWE booked her is basically match after match after match with no substance, no meaning, no purpose, no storyline, and it just feels like that they're going to develop this storyline between Cameron and Naomi without involving the Divas Champion. I think that is the most ridiculous thing I have ever seen, even though I haven't seen it even happen just yet, because the pay-per-view event is this Sunday. So I'm saying Paige for the win. Moving on to the WWE Money in the Bank briefcase ladder match. This match to me is a little bit hard to predict, but however, I do have a couple of theories going into this match. And when I look at this match on paper, like I said in my Raw review, I feel like this match could potentially steal the show. I see a lot of high spots involving Ziggler, RVD, Seth Rollins, even Kofi Kingston for that matter. And those four guys will give us those moments that make you go, holy shit. That's what I expect out of this match. Anything underneath that, below that, I mean, if this match ends up being a terrible disappointment, I'm just going to lose my shit. I want this match to be something magical, something spectacular, something outstanding. And with that being said, this match should kick off the pay-per-view event to set off the tone as well. When it comes to the winner, I'm leaning towards a couple of people. Now, there is breaking news that happened recently yesterday about Bad News Bear being injured. I don't know if he's going to be in the match right now, but it's likely that he will be out of the match. So if he does end up staying in the match, my favorite is Way Bear for the win. But if he is legitimately hurt and will be out, I'm going to go for Seth Rollins. And I have my own little theory on this. Now, I can already rule out, like I said, the guys that will give you spots, I could definitely rule out. I don't see Dolph Ziggler winning. They've been there, done that with him, and I don't see the WWE giving him a second chance for the briefcase. Rob Van Dam, I don't see winning. He's a guy that really doesn't need to win anything big. He's a guy that he's just a part-timer who comes in and helps out the young talent. That's just what he is right now. Jack Swagger, zero chance of him winning this match. Wade Barrett with the injury. Kofi Kingston winning is pretty slim. However, I will actually be surprised if he does win. And which leads me to the last two, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. And I feel like that this match overall is going to be used as a device to further develop the storyline and the rivalry between these two guys. I mean, on one hand, you can have Seth Rollins win the Money in the Bank briefcase and cause Dean Ambrose while at it. I mean, here's a scenario. Dean Ambrose climbs the ladder, almost has the briefcase. Seth Rollins comes from behind and drops him. He gets the briefcase. That would be the obvious thing to do. But remember on Raw when Seth Rollins said, "I got this. I got Dean in control. I will not screw this up." And he ends up screwing up and Dean Ambrose wins the briefcase. That I will actually be okay with, but I'm still leaning towards Seth Rollins holding the briefcase because of the fact that they turned him heel. And I think if you turn someone heel, they should go further with it. They should run with it and have him win something big like the briefcase. That's just my opinion, so I'm just going to throw it out there. So with everything taken into account with the briefcase match, I am going to say Seth Rollins. And now I'm going to get to the main event. And it's going to be for the vacated WWE World Heavyweight Championship. You have Roman Reigns, Cesaro, Alberto Del Rio, Sheamus, John Cena, Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, and Kane. Already I can rule out Kane. It would have been cool if it was 10 years ago with the whole plot twist of Kane coming into this Money in the Bank vacated title match. But the fact that they had to decide to throw him in at the last minute with no real hype. This would have been, like I said, great if it was 10 years ago, but now I just don't seem to care at this point. So already I can rule out Kane. Guys like Alberto Del Rio and Sheamus, I can rule out as well. I don't see either one of them winning. I think the chances are very slim. They have this mid-carded cloud over them, and I don't see those two guys going anywhere near the title. But with that said, other guys like Cesaro, to me he's a bit of a dark horse. And I actually wouldn't mind him winning the match. However, I kind of don't see it happening just yet. I don't see his big moment happening. I think there's different plans with Cesaro. I think they should focus more on a split with him and Paul Heyman, because what has Paul Heyman done to help Cesaro gain momentum going into this pay-per-view event? Because of the fact that the WWE had Cesaro win the Battle Royal, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. He gets this big monster babyface push, and then all of a sudden they throw him with Paul Heyman. I'm thinking, to me, he's not the most logical choice, but I would actually be okay with it, even if it was just for a short-term transitional run until Daniel Bryan comes back and he gets his title back. That I won't mind. I won't rule it out. When it comes to Roman Reigns, I think there's different plans in the works for Roman Reigns because he got the last word on Raw. Usually the guy that gets the last word doesn't win the main event. I think what's going to end up happening is that Triple H is somehow going to make his way and cost Roman Reigns the match that develops their one-on-one match at SummerSlam. When it comes to Bray Wyatt, I want to see Bray Wyatt win this match to make up for the bullshit that he had to go through from WrestleMania till now. I mean, like I said, John Cena had no business going over Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. That should have been Bray Wyatt. Extreme Rules. John Cena loses to a kid, and Bray Wyatt can't beat John Cena one-on-one. In the last man standing match, John Cena goes over Bray Wyatt. So I think Bray Wyatt's momentum has been hurt a lot. Even though I like to see Bray Wyatt win, I don't see it happening because of what has happened from WrestleMania to now. And with that being said, speaking of John Cena, I think the WWE is going to go there. I think for the reasons of the WWE not doing quite so well at this point in time, I think they're going to go the safe route and have John Cena win this match. Probably because they want to build up a match between him and Lesnar for the title, where Lesnar gets the title from Cena, maybe at SummerSlam. I mean, they teased it with a leaked poster on Amazon.com, for Christ's sake. I mean, what the heck? I mean, I won't rule it out. I know there's going to be people that hate the idea of John Cena winning, but if John Cena wins, I told you so. So that is my prediction on the main event, John Cena. Even though I like to see Bray Wyatt win the match, I think the WWE is going to go there, and they'll have John Cena win the title. Even if it's just for a transitional run. And like I said, the WWE don't even know what they're going to do with Daniel Bryan, how long it's going to be out. So I think the logical thing they might do after Money in the Bank is have John Cena win the title this Sunday. Brock Lesnar comes back, beats John Cena for the title. Daniel Bryan comes back and beats Brock Lesnar for the championship, maybe at Survivor Series. I don't know, maybe that's just how they're going to do it. Now, my question to you, what are your predictions for this Sunday's Money in the Bank pay-per-view event? Comment below and let me know. While you're at it, you can hit that subscribe button down below this video. You can also follow MRB Wrestling on Twitter, and you can like us on Facebook at the Mick Rock and Bolt Wrestling Review Show. And on a final note to all you viewers watching, get plenty of rest and always do your best.